Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another PGR reaction. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I usually do music stuff. I usually talk about music theory, and break that down, but nobody really requested a song for PGR music last time, but I did have a request for this story animation of Perfect Day. That said, I'm not entirely up to date with the story of PGR, so I will definitely be missing stuff here, but I figured why fight against what people are wanting me to actually watch? So I'm just gonna watch this and I hope it's good. I don't know how good it's gonna be. I don't think I've had a bad experience with PGR cutscenes or anything. They've been pretty high quality of the ones I've seen, so I guess I'll just give this a shot and watch it and see what I have to say. So without further ado, let's go! And obviously this will not be like my usual analysis videos where I break things down super heavily in a technical way.
Sunlight through the trees, hear the bell ring.
I knew I would have heard this song already.
I felt the spark, the first light in the dark. I found your eyes.
It's gonna be interesting to have some context here though, for sure. It's a sideways gun. I guess that kind of made sense. She looked like she was falling over. Ooh. Love that transition to the rocket. That's really neat, actually. A maiden in love. Still a beautiful song. And I'm not crazy. This is supposed to be like the commander, right? I just realized I wasn't actually positive. I assume with like the covered eyes. Well, doesn't he clean up nicely?
I lied.
Oh.
After that, there were so many times I wanted to say it again. In North Africa, lying awake at 3 in the morning, I wanted to say it. Before every mission, checking my equipment, I wanted to say it.
I did not expect
you sent me the
dialogue for some reason.
That South Pacific sunset, pretty terrible shot, honestly. But even then, I still wanted to say it.
Damn, she looks great too.
For all that has been, all that is, and all there is to come. Will you? Not marry me?
Hey, yo. The fuck you mean, not marry me? Wait a second, what? Is that where the tragedy came from? Okay, not the twist I expected. It does kind of track, I suppose.
Let the path be mine to trek. Let the homeward path be mine to chart.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is it playing again? Why is it playing twice? Am I crazy?
You
Now I'm gonna have to make sure that this isn't like different in some way.
I found your eyes.
This is the same thing. Oh no, it's the girl version. I just realized. Ah, the hair. That's kind of neat. I didn't even process that they would do both options, I guess. Again, it makes a lot of sense they would, but I didn't even consider that.
I see the words behind your eyes, shining.
I'm gonna stick around for the Yuri. You know what? Hell yeah.
This moment stay before it slips away. I'm not afraid of this sweet.
Also gives me a little bit more time to take things in.
Don't look for me, just let every trace on me.
I don't know why I didn't think that they would do this. I usually play the female MCs. So like, I would have been confused if they just suddenly went to the guy model. This definitely does hit a little bit different with that twist in there.
After that, there were so many times I wanted to say it again. In North Africa, lying awake at 3 in the morning, I wanted to say it.
I also really like that in
Before every
hindsight,
mission,
knowing they have
checking
both
my
options,
equipment,
they
I
didn't
wanted
make
to say
her
it.
effeminate
And when you
for
sent me the
the
photos,
guy, you know?
That South Pacific
I respect the
sunset,
fuck out of that.
Pretty terrible shot, honestly. But even then, I still wanted to say it.
Will you marry me?
For all that has been, all that is, and all there is to come. Will you? Not marry me?
And now I'm sad. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. I don't want to be here when that happens again. Okay, I'll just talk about it afterwards like I usually do then. That legitimately caught me off guard. Like, I did consider doing an animation analysis for this and like going into the deep technical approach like I usually do for animation stuff, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just watch it. I know that they do have some amazing cutscenes in PGR, and a lot of their cinematics are beautiful. But I also didn't think that this would be that, given the general visual style from the thumbnail. I was like, oh, this is probably going to be one of those like kind of more storybook style 2.5D, which it ended up being, like the puppeteered style of animation. So it's not something that I really would have been able to do much technical discussion on. The art is beautiful, but as far as like the motion and everything, that's usually what I focus on for animation analysis, and that's not what I can really do for this style. It's just pretty, but it's also simple and very effective for what it needs to do, usually narratively. It's kind of like an advanced storyboard process, basically. And this was gorgeous, and I didn't know about the whole "will you not marry me" thing. I think I may have seen a comment referencing that, but I purposefully didn't read the comments because I knew it would be a spoiler for something if I had. But at the same time, I'm not like actively going through the story of PGR right now. I'm kind of on a hiatus from that game while I touch on other games. So I'm like, I want to get back to it. So I didn't want to like fully ruin it for me. But then I was like, you know what, maybe I should just watch this and see what it has, because it'll be a long time if I ever catch up, to be honest. So figured I'd probably forget by then. Damn, though. Why are you not marrying? Like, I understand the whole, like, the weight of the world. Fuck yourself. Let yourself be happy. You know, like, if I may say that as an opinion, I understand the placement here. I understand the opinion. I understand the point that she's trying to make with the whole "will you not marry me" thing. But I also firmly believe that there is a point to allowing yourself to be able to close that chapter of your life and that expectation in your own happiness, despite what the future may be, instead of just choosing to cut that part off from the potential. I feel like there are valid options for like arguments for either side, I suppose, but like You know, like it's never satisfying when a character decides that they want to do the cold turkey variant rather than just letting themselves be happy, if even for that final moment, kind of taking a little bit more of like a Gurren Lagann approach in that way of just allowing yourself to be happy despite knowing the consequences. And again, I get it from both sides, so I understand what's going on here. But man, you know, like there is a part of me, while despite being asexual, aromantic, I do understand romance. Obviously, I feel the sensation when I watch romance stuff, like the happiness of like the situation, like, oh, it's so cute. I really resonate with that in just how adorable it is. I'm more of like the person, kind of like the other character here who I don't really recognize or know the name of, who was like clapping. For me, that's me watching, except I'd be like, no, boo, because I want to see the happy ending, you know? And that's something I've always done with like anime and such too. Every single time I watch like a romance anime, which is many times a year, dozens of romance anime on top of everything else that I watch, I love that shit. I love the cute shit. And seeing a story like this, which hits this like bittersweetness of being aware and being so self-aware that you know you shouldn't, but just coming from the outside looking in, I'm like, man, why don't you? So that definitely hit in a different way, and the song hits differently now, because I did obviously talk about that last week, so I have that experience of hearing the song without this context and not really putting two and two together because I didn't know what was going on, and now I have that context. And that's kind of insane to me that that's the direction they decided to go. I knew there had to be something sad in there. I talked about why and explained how the song takes you through that narrative path, but I didn't know what the cause was going to be. I assumed it was probably some sort of a loss, but I didn't know exactly what. I figured at very least, again, kind of Gurren Lagann coded, where you reach the happiness at the end and then the unfortunate thing happens. When it turns out, this was the choice. They decided to not go through with that and decided to cut themselves off in order to protect both parties, quote unquote. And again, it's kind of a hit or miss on whether or not you think that that's the right decision. So I do think narratively, this is a much more interesting option rather than doing the whole happy ending, you know, hugs and kisses, everything's fine for a few minutes, and then knowing better. When this is a much more compelling narrative to tell, somebody who is that aware and knows to make those decisions despite how everyone else might think. So in that way, this is a very bold choice from the storytellers in PGR. I think that's a very, very solid short and answered basically every question that I had while listening to the song. And I know that's like the same factor with every single song I listen to, that the videos or, you know, attached context of the visuals, whatever happens to be going on in that moment, would be answered if I were to just watch the shorts, but I don't, for spoilers' sakes, because I do, while I don't mind spoilers and they don't like ruin the experience, I'm much more of a journey, not the destination person, there's still a function of that shock factor in the moment that I do lose even if I know where it's going, so I understand why a lot of people don't like spoilers. Either way, I tend to stay away from it for that reason, because I don't want every single spoiler, but once in a while it doesn't bug me. And this is one of those cases where I'm actually kind of happy to know what happens and where things go, because now I've got to know why. You know, like, why are they here? That's what I care about. I want to know how they got this close, and I haven't really experienced any of that. So that would be the most interesting part to me, is watching that relationship develop, if from the sidelines, technically, even if you are technically a part of it. That gets into the meta situation of it all. So I think that's about all I gotta say on this. Beautiful short, again, very beautiful art. They always have really solid artistic direction in their shorts. And as far as the animation and visuals go, everything was framed beautifully. So as far as the technical discussion, that's about all I would say. Lighting was great too. That may be the only other thing, but aside from that, I think I'm good. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you want me to do more things like this, let me know if there's like other shorts you want me to do. Again, I have avoided them for spoilers' sakes in the past, but I'm not against giving these a shot every once in a while, especially if there is kind of a gap in the content for PGR, because a lot of songs just don't get the attention, or they're so old not a lot of people care. So if you want me to start experiencing the story this way, I'm okay with that. I'll also be returning to PGR probably sometime next month. So if you want to watch those, I'll probably be streaming it again, but that is kind of up in the air as well. I have a lot of things going on that month, so we will see. But if you have something else you want me to do, by all means, drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to stick around for other things coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.